There was an Army report that the Washington Post got a hold of about high-ranking military personnel who talked about the evacuation from Afghanistan. And a couple of them very specifically blamed the administration for just how badly it went. And said, sorry, the administration was real dumb for not seeing the Taliban coming quicker. Yeah. So Lester Holt brings that up with Biden, and he's just like, deer in the headlights, complete deer in the headlights.
On the subject of American citizens, I have to draw your attention to that Army report, an investigative report that's come out about the lead up to the withdrawal from Afghanistan. It interviewed many military officials and officers who said the administration ignored the handwriting on the wall. Another described trying to get folks in the embassy ready to evacuate, encountering people who were essentially in denial of this situation. Does any of that ring true to you?
No. That's not what I was told.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's not what I was told.
Yeah.
No. And then it's like loading, like you get the loading symbol.
But just to like emphasize the ridiculousness of that statement, like, so yeah, that report, that's been verified. Like, that's 100% true. Like, there were so many people in the military, in the federal government that were warning him about this. And, the previous administration, people could say what they want. There's been a lot of people right after it happened, a lot of leftists that were saying, oh, well, Trump kind of created this. So then, there was no way we could have pulled out.
Because Trump created everything bad.
Exactly. But, Trump had it probably wouldn't have been perfect. You would have seen, some serious problems, but a very, staged, well-planned, multiple stages to this plan of evacuating, make sure all the weapons get out or get destroyed, make sure all Americans are out, and we still have military presence during all those steps. Then we slowly start to pull back.
Right.
And, everyone from that administration, there's people within Biden's administration, that report really revealed a lot that everyone knew this was going to be a disaster if you just pull everyone out to hit some arbitrary deadline. Like, there was no reason except for that.
It was a made-up deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, the sad reality is that no matter how the evacuation was going to go, it was going to be dangerous.
Yes, that's
even if
true.
it was very carefully planned.
Yep.
But like on the scale of carefully planned, still dangerous to let's just fly by the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of room that could have gone in between, and we just went all the way to like, let's just fly by the seat of our pants on this.
Yeah, well, and it's so dumb because it's like every single time they retreated, they would like take over, a city, and it was like you're watching it in real time. So it's like you would think like every time that you're drawing back people and you're seeing just utter disasters. And the other thing that I put a story together on the other day was that people came out, who's the commander who was in charge of getting people out of Afghanistan in Kabul, came out and said, hey, when we were trying to pull people out, the Biden admin was calling in special favors from people, and Congress people were calling in special favors to get select people out. But sorry if you're the family that the State Department hung up on, because we did a story on that too. Yep. So,
Yep. There's
there's
a guy. He was an interpreter for us for a very long time. He worked with our armed forces. At the risk of his own life. The Taliban wants to behead people that do those things. He did all of that, and we left him behind. And he found out we were evacuating when he was watching the news.
Yep. Sure
So,
did.
all kinds of stuff like that was happening with
There's
Afghanistan.
still probably at least 900, probably closer to 1,000 or more.
Yeah.
Either interpreters or actual American citizens who are in Afghanistan, and they want out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah, and you remember Jen Psaki just maybe a month or two ago was saying, well, if they want out, they can get out. And it's like,
No, they can't.
maybe not.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
But what's hilarious is just how inane his answers are to this. It's
Yes.
just like, no, he digs his heels in on the worst thing to dig your heels in.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have answered in a lot of different ways. He could have beaten around the bush. He could have apologized.
No, he's not doing he's not very sharp right now.
But he just said, I wasn't told that. Like, he's a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly think that one of us three probably could have sat there and given better
Oh.
off-the-cuff
Oh,
answers
yeah.
than him instantaneously.
Oh, yeah.
Too. Like, it's not, like, I don't know. I mean, politicians all lie for a living, so I just think it would have been easier to lie in a very pretty way than blatantly look like a deer in
Good old
headlights.
Joe's past his politician prime.